For years, we've reported on the struggle neighbors living in Fort Myers have dealt with when it comes to low water pressure. It has led to some people foregoing showers, using buckets to do their laundry, and at one point left an institution on the brink of closing down. This afternoon, we learned why the city limited the amount of water coming out of your faucet. Wait News anchor Annette Montgomery joins us in the studio. And Annette, this issue really dates back more than a decade.
That's right. It really dates back to the early 2000s. Now, with the population of Fort Myers increasing and the economy declining, the decision was made by city leaders back then to keep rates low. And that was at the expense of infrastructure upgrades. But now the city is fixing that issue. Take a look.
What appeared to be a drop in the bucket decision by previous Fort Myers city leaders, made with good intentions.
So we had the downturn of the economy in 2008, 2009. People were losing their homes. We had not reinvested in our water utility. We had made some conscious decisions very early on in the downturn economy of like, no, we're going to hold off on doing additional, investments because we need to keep costs affordable so people can continue to have water, continue to be able to pay for their homes and things like that.
Led to a wave of nearly catastrophic consequences for over a decade.
That delay, to meet that increase in demand, that delay meant that we were lowering pressure. So basically, you turn on your faucet and you wouldn't get as much water out. It was a way to control how much water was being sent out. So over time, that pressure dropped, and I think we were as low as 47 psi at one point, right after Hurricane Ian.
Consequences that trickled down to neighborhoods.
More often than not, like this morning, I couldn't shower.
Schools.
We are getting porta potties at the schools for our kids.
Yeah, in some cases when when there's low water pressure and we're not have to shut down bathrooms, we are getting those out there so they still have that access.
And ultimately, hospitals.
In the wake of Hurricane Ian, we were, I think, 5 hours away from Lee Memorial having to shut down operations because the water pressure, the water available to them wasn't significant enough. It wasn't enough to keep operations going.
It was that realization that led the city to take action. From that day in 2022 to the start of 2025, the city added 11 new wells, moving the total number from 16 to 27.
The additional wells allow us to produce more water. By adding these new wells on, it allows us to put out that more water, which allows us to put it out at higher pressure.
The city has high expectations to continue to provide high water pressure, but now they're taking steps and making investments, while at the same time making sure residents don't get flooded with high fees.
We're looking to routinely increase rates on a consistent basis. We've been telling council for the last several years that a 5% increase annually is a good way to make sure that stays consistent over time.
And today during the Fort Myers City Council meeting, the Utilities Department gave an update on the water supply and the 11 new wells added. Now, the city's most recent capital improvements budget over the next 10 years now sits at $950 million. Back to you.